Which one did you say we were watching?
The Xena Trilogy from the Hercules series, where she was first introduced before she was really fully baked as a character, but it's her first time on screen. Who has seen this before and who hasn't?
Never.
I saw this when I was like 8.
I probably saw it last like 10 years ago.
Carol, I made you watch this when we were kids. I know for a fact that we were like 9 years old and I would have forced you to see this, but I think it's just like...
You must have made me watch it, but surprise, I do not remember it. Why are you forging things without a shirt?
It didn't even have an apron.
That was pretty good. Thanks.
Do you think it's symbolic that they're spearing eggplants?
Were eggplants like a sex thing before emojis?
That's a great question.
They must have been, because everything is.
She is here!
Yes.
Red is an interesting detailing.
You look so good in red.
I love this dress. I would wear this dress.
You would. You almost have worn this dress.
How historically accurate is this dress, Emily?
You know the answer to that.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Was this theme song from Hercules, or was this for her?
No, this is her. This is her battle song.
And I want him dead.
This is the story of a time long ago.
That's not bad for 1995.
He always looks on me whenever he can.
He is a good man.
Is she going to sleep with him?
A lonely one.
So you think he needs a woman in his life?
Yeah, you, Mom.
An older woman.
Stop it.
You know when I need you, Theodorus. I don't want to see you before then.
Wait, Theodorus, is that the same Theodorus?
Yeah, it's not the same Theodorus.
Hello, Xena.
This is my best friend in all the world. That's who he is.
But does he have a name?
I see his complex. They've made his complex clear.
Think you could help me one last time?
I'd help her.
You know that thing they say about if you find something too good to be true, it probably is.
Look, if Lucy Lawless was trying to hit on me for scheme purposes, I would know, but I would go along with it anyway. Because come on.
Fair?
What if she's the best possible cure for his loneliness?
That's a very fancy necklace for building a wall in the countryside.
Also, that's not a well-built wall. I never like really interrogated this before, but just stacking large rocks is like not how you build a wall.
I don't want you to fall in love with me.
Have they been having sex for 1 week?
I think they've just been smooching for a week. They've just got to like third base.
They're under siege by a warlord named Petracus. He's trying to drive them out of the Arcadian Highlands.
The Arcadian Highlands, where is that, everybody?
Arcadia.
Just above the Arcadian lowlands.
Nothing is gonna happen to me.
What's the opposite of a short king? Short pawn.
Kill Hercules.
You'd let me have that honor?
Got a ginger beard, blonde hair situation going on that I'm not into.
Yeah, I like Callisto's Theodorus much better. I don't know what this dude's deal is.
He's like darkest timeline Aemir.
Oh,
Mortaring those rocks.
I know, look at the wall. It's like not okay.
Well, you know how I feel about him. He's the best.
Okay.
I'm remembering this now. That guy looks like he belongs in an 80s metal band.
I love that he's always like oily.
just a sheen. Boink.
Xena.
All the men are tan and greased, and all the women are like pale and not greased.
Are there any greasy women in this? Let's get some greasy women
That's
representation.
the question. Tan, muscly, greasy women.
Tanned, muscly, greasy Lucy Lawless.
I want to wipe them off the face of the earth.
It's good to have hobbies, you know? Nice job, Eolus. Well done.
I haven't seen that many fight scenes, but I feel like this might not be as well choreographed as later Xena stuff.
How tall is Lucy Lawless? Would she be taller than me?
She's about 5'10", 5'11".
Nice.
You won't try to stop me burning the wagon.
Ooh, testing him. And he's falling for it.
I like her horse.
Yeah.
This is where he finds the Hobbit daggers.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Did you know that he
Did
kicks
you
the
know?
helmet? Did you know that when he kicks the helmet?
That's such an interesting bathtub.
So I think this is the start of the like random gigantic stone baths in Xena episodes. This is where it starts.
I want a giant stone bath.
Yeah.
I want one too.
With Lucy Lawless inside?
Yes. I assume that comes included.
Didn't expect to come.
Well, you didn't have to.
Well, that was before your warrior princess sent someone to kill me.
This did not take a lot of doing.
Yeah, Gabrielle would never do that.
You're like, yeah.
For real.
Can you imagine if, like, one of you started dating somebody and they were like, hey, I think your friend is jealous of you, and then, like, we had a throwdown fight and punched each other in the face.
Yeah, then I was like, oh, I have to murder Carol about it now, I guess. Well,
Like, come on.
Xena, the warrior princess. Who else?
Like how in Xena they have a similar test where it's like the Cupid's baby is shooting everybody, and Xena's in love with her old flame, who's in love with Gabrielle, and she still protects Gabrielle from her old flame, even while she's like fucked up in love with this guy.
Best friend I ever had. Xena got him to fall in love with her, and now she's turned him against me.
Hasn't it been like 2 weeks?
It's been like 4 days.
I'm going home.
just so you guys know, I would drop any of you.
Xena doesn't care anything for the truth when she's trying to get someone into her clutches.
What's this guy doing to that poor sword?
He's wiping it. He's wiping it with a stone.
Then you must be in pain too.
Not as long as I'm with you.
Day 5.
Not by your hand, Estragon. And not by mine.
Estragon? Isn't that like a hormone replacement thing? I'm thinking estragon. It's great for my skin.
Your son was a very young man. Iolaus is an adult.
The hose.
Nose.
Getting in between the bros.
That's the thesis statement of this episode is bros before hoes.
Yeah.
That's literally everything they're doing.
Men can't possibly be expected to stand up to any kind of feminine wiles because...
Oh, right. Yeah, she's sexy. I mean, yeah. Yeah. No.
I mean, how could you convince somebody that murder is wrong if they're like sleeping with the person who did it?
Although, to be, this may be me being a contrarian, but like, it is Lucy Lawless, and I would do many murders.
Ooh, I see what you're talking about.
That is such a cool outfit.
Oh.
Nice.
Wink.
Only those who don't follow my code.
That's the meaningful sword, the like testicle sword.
Instead of those little truck balls, they have sword balls.
He killed Estragon and he tried to kill me.
Oh, women make up false accusations against men. She turns up covered in mud. She's crying, protect me, someone hurt me. And it's a manipulation. It's fake.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to kill him.
We've known each other 1 week. And I'm going to kill my best friend for you?
Like, because at the end, it's not even the insecurities. It's her saying, Hercules tried to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
He believes it.
And he believes it. So what's that about?
He does. He does believe it.
I don't care how quickly my little man dies, and I don't care how painfully he does it.
My little man.
This is such a fascinating plan because it never would have worked unless, like, we're so pathetic and had such little value in each other's friendships, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't blame her for coming up with it within the text because it obviously worked, but like, what the hell?
The friendship ball knife.
Through the friendship ball sword.
This knife wasn't meant to draw your blood.
Oh, that's a quick realization.
Aeolus came around very quickly. Yeah.
He's just back and forth instantly.
And then he beats me in a fight, and I'm over it.
In about an episode and a half, Xena's turnaround is going to happen real freaking quick, too. So, like, I don't know if I can criticize.
I don't know which hurts worse. My head or knowing how stupid I was.
Maybe I'll just give up women altogether. What do you think?
Okay, so question.
Yes.
Do you guys think the show is self-aware? Because of like, what they're portraying male relationships to be. Because Xena obviously knows what she's doing. It works, but on the flip side, they also, showed that their relationship is really shallow.
Yeah, it's really fragile.
Do you think they're self-aware?
Well, it's like Aeolus is the sidekick, right? So there's also this whole thing of him sort of constantly chafing slightly at feeling inferior to Hercules and being in the perpetual sidekick short guy role. So it kind of makes sense for that to be something that someone could play on.
Yeah, exploit.
To drive a wedge between them.
They just delegitimize that perspective of his and say, well, his being not as good as Hercules complex is stupid because he just wants to get laid, and that's all that it is, to sort of like discredit that feeling of his.
That's true, to undercut the idea that, there is this inequality in their relationship. That's actually true. That's grounded in, he is like a foot and a half shorter than him. So.
And he is not. Yeah, that's interesting. You're right. I never thought of it from the perspective that it's taking the idea that Aeolus has issues with the relationship or feels inferior and not dealing with those in any way other than to show like how ridiculous Aeolus is for feeling that way and how it's like taking him down a dark path. Like they're not examining his own need for self-worth in any deeper way other than to like use it to show him being an idiot who's wrong.
So it does kind of feel like the way that the episode wraps up, it feels like it's shrugging off the fact that violent. That's just how they are. It's okay. He almost tried to kill his best friend, but that's all right.
It's just bros being bros.
And like no legitimization of the fact that Aeolus was so upset and like afraid for this person he was in love with that he was willing to kill his best friend over it. Like that's just brushed off. Like he didn't really feel that way.
Oh yeah, he's over the love immediately because it was a purely sexual love. Like there was no emotional intimacy. And of course they didn't know each other for 5 days. So yeah, he just got really, really horny and now he's fine.
But she was the only person who like validated his feelings of insecurity and was like bolstering his self-worth. And now that's gone. Not only is it gone, it was a complete lie.
Yes.
And he was just being used.
He was a fool to believe in it. He was a fool to believe anyone would prefer him to Hercules.
It's like so is his character supposed to be so pathetic and like unable to get laid or find any companionship?
Yeah, what's the rest of his romantic life like? Does this keep happening?
Aeolus, I think he's kind of unlucky in love in general, but I don't remember enough of Hercules, the show, even though I watched it as a kid. I don't remember it enough to really.
It feels like they're painting him as somebody who's just so entirely pathetic and unable to get laid that he would be susceptible to this. Because, like, it is true. That is, like, a base human thing. Like, if you are deeply, deeply lonely on that level, it does make you susceptible to manipulation. True. I wouldn't say normally to the level of being willing to kill your best friend over it, but like, it doesn't really track for me because he doesn't do much for me. Like, I get how he could for women in general, especially, like, women who are more straight than I am, like unwantable specimen.
Unwantable specimen. This opening has some of like my favorite scenes of her ever. Like this.
Yay! That's a good shot.
Great shot.
Absolutely wonderful. It's a 4-star meal for sure.
Well, why not 5 stars? Or a constellation of stars?
A constellation it is.
I like this guy.
Hercules?
Has anyone who's seen the Hobbit movies, does anyone recognize this kid?
Is it a dwarf?
Yep.
That's as far as I can go.
That's Feely, the younger twin.
Get out of here. No, Feely was the older.
Oh, whoopsie, sorry.
Forgetting your lore.
Looks like they're intent on overrunning the whole peninsula.
And Parthas, my mother's village, will be right in their path.
The Parthian province is in Iran and Parthas is in Albania.
Good job.
Are you implying that Xena is not geographically correct?
I love catching little the Xena opening. There was like one in the last episode, and there was one just a few seconds ago.
They've given her somebody worse than her as like a contrast in order to make her look better. Like they've given her Darfus as like a...
What did you say his name is? Darfus?
Hmm.
Do you have something to say?
Look who we found hiding in the feet bin.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, what's happening? Is this going to be awful?
I work in the circus.
Xena just likes having a short, funny little somebody who follows her around.
Still waiting for a greasy woman.
You and all the other gays on the internet.
You got excellent taste.
Where's his little buddy? I keep thinking then the kid is his buddy.
His buddy's not in this episode.
She was like a demon from Hades.
So Hercules has like a temp twink.
Yes.
Yeah, they gave him like a substitute blonde twink.
Don't stop amusing me now.
No, Your Highness, Your Worship, your what is your titular?
I forgot about that.
The Western villages?
Wait a minute, that was a map. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Everything must wait until we examine the map.
Screenshot it.
Yes. Okay, map. It's a blank map.
It's a blank map.
What the fuck is this?
Is that Greece on its side? Is
This
there a
has to
boot?
be this has to be the Peloponnese. No. If you put your like right ear to your right shoulder, this has to be the Peloponnese because you know how it's like these like...
Sure, we all know that, of course.
Right. Oh, right.
Geography.
Shut, y'all.
All of our heads are going different directions.
I forgot what right is.
Oh, but this means they are in the Peloponnese, which means that my theory that when they say Parthas, they actually mean Patras is like...
I'm sure that's what they meant, yes.
I'm sure that's what they meant.
Shut up!
Easy victories make for weak soldiers.
As long as the men get what they want.
I don't want soldiers following me out of greed.
I'm kind of into his whole scarred up vibe, though.
Yeah.
I like his long hair.
Yeah. He's a very effective design.
Just shoot Hercules with a flaming arrow. Just like right through the eye. Bring him down, Legolas.
Bring him down!
You killed women and children?
If this doesn't strike fear into the hearts of the northern villages, nothing will.
North of where, Darfus? Show me the map again.
I thought I killed them both. Kill it!
I thought I stabbed the baby, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Looking for me?
It's so fluffy.
They put a GoPro on his fist.
So where is your leader, Xena?
He's insufficiently greasy, which means he's insufficiently masculine.
The soundtrack for these series, top tier for television at the time.
If you had any maternal instinct, you would.
Obviously, we don't know this yet, but she has a child somewhere out there, right?
Yeah, she has given birth by this point.
It's Darfus. He scares me.
I've got no reason to doubt my soldier's loyalty.
You'll lead the only way a warrior can.
The Gauntlet?
Sorry, I'm not listening to you because she just took off a lot of clothes and. I'll save you, Lucy. This was a formative show. Xena was a very formative show for me. This is weird to say about a bunch of on-screen violence against a woman, but it's kind of a respecting of her warrior status that they did this.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Kill her!
But she made it through.
Good for her. Now finish it!
I wouldn't cross that line.
Me neither.
You know what? Xena would not have allowed that to happen.
Yes.
Take better care of your wayfish sidekicks.
He said he needed to warn you that Hercules was on your trail.
If I kill him, they're gonna fall right back in line.
Hercules? It's nothing, just someone hanging upside down. Come on.
You can tell he's not supposed to be masculine because he's not greased.
I was just thinking that.
Here, outside Parthus where the road splits.
Did he just point at that little pointy bit and say that's where Parthus was?
Don't worry about it, Emily. I know you're worrying about
You
it.
should worry about it for years.
That's not at all where I thought Parthus ruins everything.
Do we have to go back and remake the video?
We have to do that episode again.
Don't tell me you're gonna spoil it by bringing your friends into it.
Interesting. The shoulder pads and the like gold spherical breast cup.
Kind of into the gold, but not the shoulder things.
And this is her first Yodel episode. Didn't Yodel last time.
Yeah.
It's not quite fully formed yet.
It's a proto yodel.
That's a good evil cackle.
Yeah.
She recovered from that ass kicking very quickly. Like, she's moving fine.
I think that if she hadn't just gone through a gauntlet, she wouldn't have lost.
Ah, fair. Yeah. She would have just slaughtered Hercules, and everyone would have felt really awkward about it. I think if you knock someone unconscious by punching them in the sternum, you've probably killed them.
That bracelet belonged to my wife.
No, the pots!
Does her armor have a belly button?
I was just...
Kill his ass.
She actually seems really skinny in this compared to Xena. Like, she's not muscular yet.
Correct, she's not as buff as she will become.
She hasn't been oiled enough.
Well, she doesn't have those armbands on either.
You lose.
It doesn't matter. He's my blood.
That was an interesting dynamic.
Right.
Like, was she planning to raise the kid?
No, I don't think so.
No, she was testing whether or not he actually cared about it, I guess.
But if he didn't care, what was she going to do with the baby? Eat it.
I guess leave it with that shepherdess.
What do you say we go find out together?
I see now why they didn't put Aeolus in here.
Is this genuine? I can't tell if it's supposed to be or not. Hello?
Ooh, cool claws.
Ares, god of war. What does he want with me?
He's trying to flirt for a third party.
This beast can give you that help.
It's a tar!
How do you guys feel about Hercules, like, being attracted to Xena after she basically she succeeded in seducing his best friend?
No! Screwing with the bro code.
And are completely incapable of not being attracted to pretty women in this verse. I mean,
They literally even removed Aeolus from this episode so that he wouldn't be an obstacle.
The coolest moment is Xena getting kicked out of the warrior group, but they possibly could have done a slightly better job about her complete obliviousness to the fact that they were fully turning on her is like.
And then they're like acting like the army is all made up of people who want to slaughter babies. Like they said people came to the cave talking about like, oh, we want to kill that baby or something. Like,
Yeah.
what?
So then it's like, girl, what army were you leading? I don't know if she ever necessarily believed in their goodness, though. I think she believed that, like, they were loyal to her and too afraid of her to turn.
Like, I think she's got that through line of like, no, we don't kill women and kids. I do feel like that bit with the baby at the end where she didn't want to give it back, I'm choosing to read it as like she kind of lost everything as standing up for her principles of don't kill these people. So now she's like sort of got the baby as the representation of that and is really like possessive of it because she just like did lose her entire like army and the respect of the people she was commanding for standing up to her principles.
I read it as a test. I feel like there are moments that happen later on, like flashbacks that happen in her series that you can connect it to that make it all make more sense. Especially when you remember that, like, she had a kid that she gave up.
Because she got into the whole warlording thing to protect her village. And I think that she's just being slowly exposed to deeper levels of evil as she's more in that world. She's into violence. She clearly has a predilection for violence and thinks it's fun. And she realizes that once she starts fighting. But she does art honorably.
There's a few people that she runs into who have a chance to, like, model a better and less evil way of living for her. And it never sticks because she always has an army to go back to. And in that context, the way I see this happening is that it's like it's the culmination of all of the years of this almost happening, and her being with Hercules is being like, I do, almost like he's like her sponsor. Almost if you look at violence as like an addiction, he's almost like her sponsor. She had to make the decision for herself, like, okay, this is a line I won't cross and I can't do this anymore. So what am I going to do with myself right now? And she's sticking with him as like, you keep me on the straight and narrow for a little while.
I think you're right, though, Emily. It's like circumstances. Like she never really wanted to be evil. She was just into violence. But when you're around those types of people, you're just in it and doing it. And then every time she gets sort of removed from that situation a little bit, she's like, oh, maybe I can be violent without being evil, which is eventually what she gets going for herself.
That's what she needs. Also, a girlfriend.
A good harvest this year. Our fields have flourished.
Bathsheba! Bathsheba!
Is this the same waterfall where Xena and Gabrielle are both in there taking a bath together? And then, like, Xena walks out naked and fights some guys.
They probably use the same areas a lot.
It'll be the first celebrity biography in history, and it'll be about you, Hercules.
What's wrong?
Invaders, led by a warrior called Darphus.
Only the gods have the power to bring Darphus back from the dead.
That means nothing to me. I'm still going to Elysia to stop Darphus.
And I'm gonna come watch, for strictly literary reasons.
Take that one to the temple.
Why are you taking me to the temple?
Do you hear the accents?
Why are you taking me to the temple?
Hey, this all tracks with my whole theory that people came down from Ireland for that.
I remember your theory.
I can't remember why I had that theory, but I remember it.
The Battle of Torrance, but Torrance was a Scottish name, so there had to be Scottish immigrants into Gaul to make a place called Torrance. That was your theory.
This is the site of one of my greatest triumphs, the Battle of Torrance.
There was no ancient Greek city called Torrance.
Cool.
Congrats.
Okay, hold on. Here's something very interesting, though. The etymology of Torrance is Scottish.
Wait, where were there Scottish people immigrating at that period of time? There must have been.
You didn't look up the immigration map?
But maybe it's up near Scotland. Maybe some Scottish people came on a boat and named it.
Hold on. Oh, fuck.
That's all we have to go on.
Here they are.
This is the story of a time long ago.
So the big weird dog is very much like Targs from Star Trek. So I think there's a little bit of universe crossover.
Hey, wait for me. Wait. Oh. What do you think you're going to put on those plates? Roast quail? If you want quail, you'll have to catch it yourself.
That's a very cute noise that he's making, but I don't know what size he thinks quail are.
They had giant quail in ancient Greece.
Oh, now I understand.
Mega quail.
I'm a lot funnier if you stop using my back as a couch!
Oh! Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Whatever you do, don't say, "You're Hercules," like it's a big surprise.
You're Hercules?
I can't believe you said that! I told you not to! It's not Xena we have to worry about.
That's be some real polydrama going on. The ponytail is fine. It's not doing like anything extra for me. It's a little more jouncy, I guess.
It feels a little 80s.
It's more femme.
You abandoned your comrades when they were fighting Xena.
I had no choice.
They were dead.
Feed him to Gragas.
No, look at his big puppy dog eyes.
And his lovely hair. I'm evil.
Evil flag and sip.
Life's full of surprises, isn't it?
Hello, Aeolus.
Wait, hold on.
That's a valid reaction. I gotta
Yep.
give it to him.
Right.
She tried to kill us.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, yeah, I understand. All right.
You tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Aeolus, wait!
I don't know what he expected
I do not roll around in bed with her. Now, would you just hear me out?
yet.
Yeah.
Are you a biographer or a bad comedian? Or have you dreamed up some other get-rich-quick scheme?
How about Love Slave? I'm versatile.
Again, though, I don't blame him at all for thinking that she's playing them both. Like,
Oh no, it
Oh,
seems
yeah.
the most plausible explanation, yeah.
Well, it's literally plausible. Plausible except that Hercules has the protagonist halo, which means that when women like him, it's real and not manipulative, because he's not a cuck. Pottery.
The god of war will rule the world.
There are women in the army now.
Yeah.
That's new.
Do any of them look D?
Do any of them look greasy, did you say?
Oh, we need to check the grease levels.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job of like conveying I'm very terrified of rocks.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're going.
That was the most courageous thing I've ever seen.
That's a lie.
Bullshit.
Lie.
Why should they believe you?
It would suck to be the only normal person in a group of like super warriors.
I know.
You're just gonna let him wander off when you just got ambushed?
Should be a lot of laughs around the campfire tonight.
I love that Hercules is like, wow, everybody else has drama. This though isn't related to me.
He acts as if I'm trying to drive a wedge between you again.
I mean, understandable.
Yeah, I don't know that she gets to play victim here.
I've killed so many men that I'll never wash their blood from my hands.
You've already started.
There's a lot of good armored eye patches.
Yeah.
He's Hercules. That's a fancy name you're throwing around.
This guy is older, so he's not as greasy.
He's got a little sheen on the chest though. He's still got some juice left. Chest juice.
I love that cape.
Me too. The shape of it's really great. Hell yeah.
That was sick.
No.
There's a problem. Salmonius is missing.
As warriors, Hercules and Xena have always been a perfect match. I find myself wondering about them falling in love, getting married.
Mr. Fanfiction?
Yes.
There you go. That should do it.
That guy doesn't look okay.
The only person who's ever saved my life before was Hercules.
And I slept with him, so...
She wanted to kill me to get to Hercules.
I'll go to my grave regretting that.
I truly believe she's bullshitting about some of this.
I think it's been a few months.
I don't know, but she sounds so like, oh, I'll go to my grave regretting it. I don't know. Maybe you don't entirely lose the instincts of manipulation in social situations.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, the Xena show, she's much harder than this.
Yes.
Fail. Gragas awaits you.
Yeah, I would be defecting from that army real fast. This is an interesting teased bangs high...
Right, I was about to say.
Who's the evil one that ended up being a lesbian in real life?
Literally, what are you talking about?
I want to say Elvira.
To let you know how I feel about you, in case I die fighting Darfus.
Alright, you're just gonna have to deal with it, guys. It's happening.
Ugh, can we get a censor bar?
Yeah. Pixelate! Pixelate!
Pixelate!
I want more tea. This is my moment.
Oh.
I have to say, when I was a kid and I watched this for the first time, I was super into this. I was like, yes, they got together. I'm so happy. I was like 9 years old.
Congratulations to the single straight person in this room.
Oh no, it's turning young people heterosexual, and that's unacceptable.
Oh. This is why you turned out that way, Emily.
Hello, Aeolus.
Honestly, if I was Aeolus, I would go insane here.
Ares will rule the world.
And Xena's like, okay, awkward, that's my ex.
And or father.
You can be landowners. I got summer exposure. You get away from the hubbub.
I never realized he's trying to sell like a timeshare.
Yeah. He's cute. I like his character.
Yeah, I like him too. He's my favorite so far.
It's so like lizard shaped.
Lizard puppy.
I'll make sure you stay dead this time, Darfus!
Feed him to the doggy.
Don't you ever get full of...
He's interacting with the CGI a little.
Yeah.
I know, they're pretty ambitious about this.
Kill him!
There it is.
Yeah, she's starting to get into it.
Now he doesn't have to worry about his cowardice complex and can get greased up someday.
Maybe someday he will. You know, maybe he'll start producing grease now that he's...
I don't think I could handle a greased up Salmonius.
No, he'd be slippery.
Back to back with the enemy. Flip him over your head like what's his face did. Get munched.
I've never seen anything like that. What happened?
Bad diet. You're leaving.
You're gonna make me cry. I haven't done that since I was a child.
They're really like mashing those faces together.
You unchained my heart.
They said the name of the episode.
Ding.
Hercules is a really bad friend.
Okay, this is how I'm choosing to read it. You know those moments where she seems like weirdly squishy and it doesn't kind of gel with her actual established character as they turn out to establish it? And what you could see it as is it leaves it sort of open for how sincere she is at this point about Like, "Oh, no, thank you so much, but no, I don't need your help anymore. I'm gonna thank you. You unchained my heart, and I'm gonna go and do only good things." Like, does she believe that fully at this point? It's like, is that genuine? Maybe it is, but I choose to think that it's all still a bit up in the air.
She's acting weird. Like, she's not acting like the Xena we know because her character's not developed yet. So, like, looking at it going back now, we're like, well, is she still being dishonest? Like, that's the only way to make it track with who she actually is from the show.
I think she's not lying in the sense of like, oh, I'm still planning to go off and do stuff. I think she's being the version of herself that can be Hercules's companion for a little
Right.
bit. And then she's going to go off and like figure her actual self out.
Because her manipulative fake self is the only self that she knows, like, has access to at the moment that is like a nice person.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when we see her in her own episode 1, she's very monotone and very it's like she's just shut down everything and then starts rebuilding it again and becoming a functional person.
And she's been very much a chameleon so far, this far in life.
Yeah.
And then she wants to go alone to find herself without all the external stimuli. I was going to rip on Hercules for being such a shit friend. I was just like, I don't understand. If I could imagine in his shoes forgiving Xena and like helping her on a redemption arc, but I could not imagine sleeping with her after what she did to you. It's like in no universe would I ever do that to my best friend.
No, it makes perfect sense. It's in line with the message of the first episode, which was bros before hoes if you're the sidekick, but if you're the protagonist, you can do whatever you want because you're a better man and your like companion's feelings don't matter.
Yeah.
That's true.
Especially after like Aeolus was so vulnerable because of his insecurities, and his insecurities beautiful women only like Hercules and not him, and then it turned out that that was true. She was just using him. And she's actually attracted to Hercules, and he's like, okay, that's fine. I deserve this because I'm the hero.
Oh, I forgot. No, she's attracted to Hercules for real.
Yes, yeah.
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 No!
I think she might be just sadistically fucking with Aeolus too. Like, she's not that good yet, you know?
Yeah, because Gabrielle grapples with this a little bit, like feeling like in the shadow of Xena, or feeling like she doesn't have a separate identity, or feeling insecure sometimes. You know, she had stuff with that, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
But she had meaningful arcs around it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she grew as
Gabrielle.
a person, and their relationship was like.
There was never a guy who pretended he wanted to fuck Gabrielle just to try to. But then Xena forgave him and forgave Gabrielle for trying to murder her, then fucked the guy. That never happened.
My background looks too boring. Hang on, I'm going to switch out my pillow with my cool pillow.
Okay.
Get some plants. Put some plants in your bed.
Mine might be screen recording everything that's happening right now, but I don't know.
Might is not acceptable. It is 12 a.m. Might is not okay.
I mean, I can back up Word until I run out of space, but someone has to tell me how.
Do you have, what kind of computer do you have?
I have a PC, HP laptop.
All right, I don't know how to, I can't help you.
We are counting on you, Lauren. Thank you for your effort.
I hate that we're counting on me, because I was not expecting to be counted on for this.
Because all of you are being lazy fucks and not recording your own.
Or Emily, how are you at making sock puppets?
She's on her own without an army, and she's doing a lot more of the, like, tricking people into giving her stuff rather than just full-on violence. And I feel like you could stop doing that. It is 3:26 a.m., so I should probably
You
go.
need to go to sleep. Go away, Emily. We don't want you here.